What is police doing in the streets of the UK, man? Like, what is going on? Like, how is there multiple stabbings on the train the day before, another stabbing, the next day another attempt, and there's no crazy manhunt? There's one thing that I know for sure in the UK is the police. The UK has the most CCTV, like one of the most CCTV around the world, the most.
Ackhiii.
And this is madness. Like, it's madness to even imagine being on a train, yeah, and seeing someone back their Rambo or kitchen knife and just start stabbing people. That's madness, bro. Like, let's get into this.
11 people stabbed on a UK train. Here's the update they're hiding from you. The name that was buried? Anthony Williams, 32 years old. On Saturday, 6:25, the train from Doncaster. Knife frenzy erupts after Peterborough. 11 slashed, 9 critical. The railway worker who tackled the attacker is now in ICU. They raised...
So he's trying to tell me that there's a man in his 50s or 60s, it's like the only one that tackled, or I can't lie, I even see look, it's easy said than done, innit? And especially a knife, a kitchen knife coming at you, it's madness. Like that one kitchen knife coming at you. But if there's 100 people on the train, I don't know. As a man, men, we got to protect our women, bro. We got to be like, yo, where do we go from here? We can't be scared with women as well. We have to be like, look, like, this is life or death, because it is. But anyway.
Raised the terror code Plato, then deleted it in 8 minutes. Armed police boarded the train and arrested Williams outside. Anthony Williams is a 32-year-old British Caribbean from Peterborough. He's now been charged with 10 attempted murders plus a DLR stabbing the same day. Police are also linking him to Friday's rampage.
So plus a DLR stabbing same day. And Friday's incident. Madness.
A barbershop with a knife minutes after attacking a 14-year-old in the town. The boy got minor wounds and fled. This was revealed after the charge. Seems like the Southport playbook. Delay truth, starve riots. Maybe it's not terror, but the silence, textbook. Same code as the 7/7 bombings. Same hush. They spin it as a lone nut to normalise the knife wave from unchecked borders. We need a digital ID.
That's what they tried to do. That's what they tried to do. And this is what I mean about being online. This is what I mean about the media. This is what I mean about the news. Not everything is authentic. And it's always about narratives, what they're pushing, their agenda.
But they don't even need a passport. Big Brother's watching you. Will you swallow open borders and total surveillance? Comment no digital ID and tag a friend who rides the trains. Share this video, give us a follow and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Break it down, please.
This is crazy, man. Like, it's crazy that someone can just come on the train and just stab 10 people. And he done a stab earlier on that day. It's just madness.
This was the aftermath of a stabbing spree on the 6:25 p.m. train on Saturday from Doncaster to London King's Cross. At 7:29 p.m, the London North Eastern Railway train leaves Peterborough Station, where the attacker had got on coach J. About 5 minutes later, an emergency alarm is activated. One eyewitness says they saw a person stabbed in that coach here. Then, people on board say passengers start running through the train, some covered in blood. 2 coaches away in coach G, passengers lock themselves inside the cafe bar. One passenger moves away and tries to stop the attacker. He was later seen covered in blood.
You see, when you see, like, on a level, yeah, if you see one passenger challenging the attacker, that is when everyone jumps on him, Ackhiii. Yeah?
Ackhiii.
Everyone jumps on him. Everyone jumps on him. I'm mashing him up. Like, you give him a man such a beat down that when the police come to even arrest him, bro, they don't even know what he looks like. Because respectfully, you're trying to unalive people, bro. Like, but if you see one man doing that, one brave man, come on, guys. You get me? Come on. And there's a lot of weak men. Man will be in the comments running up their mouth. But when this happens, Ackhiii, it's dark, bro. It's dark. It's dark.
Ambulances were called at 7:38 p.m. A minute later, so were the Cambridgeshire police. The train is diverted to Huntingdon station, where it makes an emergency stop at 7:41 p.m. A minute later, the British Transport Police are called. Passengers escape the train at the station. At 7:43 p.m, the attacker jumps the station fence into the car park with knife in hand. He was then tasered by police and detained. By 7:50 p.m, British Transport Police say 2 men are in custody. One is later released, and police confirm he wasn't involved. 11 people were treated at hospital after the incident, and a man has since been charged with 11 counts of attempted murder. That's
crazy. And thoughts go out to the family, thoughts go out to the people then, man. Luckily there wasn't no, you know what I mean, no anyone that got unalived, because it could have easily happened. But yeah, man, that's the traumas they have to go through, these mad traumas. And obviously GB News GB News is facing backlash of fake narratives. So just so you know about fake narratives, see Shayborough Ackhiii, you know about GB News fake narratives.
GB News now owes a lot of people a big fat apology, because you tried to spin the narrative that it was migrants from Ackhiii that did this. Turns out it was not the case. It was Black British Caribbeans who actually did the crime. So what we're going to do about it, is GB News going to come back and say we were wrong? Because I can't wait for that. They're not going to do that. They spin this narrative so much. Ever since Nigel Farage started talking his nonsense about how we were invaded, they span this whole narrative that migrants are the issue. Migrants are the ones. Afghan migrants, Sudanese migrants. I watched it. Shame on you, Ben. Shame on you. Lick your lips next time when you talk, and make sure you come with facts and not opinion. You were wrong. You were so flipping wrong. They were Black British individuals. Now,
sorry, my cat is moving crazy, like zoomies, bro. It sits in the morning. The cat's moving nuts. Hey. If you ever see my cat, it's nuts, anyway.
I am not saying Black people are not to be blamed for this, but those boys, I hope they get GB News now.
Yeah, it's madness. And this is this is crazy. And this is what
breaking news. I guess we now know why the police said that the Huntingdon train attacker was known to them already. He'd stabbed someone earlier in the day on another train. Huntingdon train stabbing latest. Man charged, also accused of...
So imagine someone getting stabbed on the train earlier on in the day, and then now 10 other people getting stabbed. Like, it's crazy, isn't it?
Separate London attack earlier that day. Anthony Williams has been charged with 10 counts of attempted murder following the attacks on the LNER train. But let's see what it says about what he did earlier in the day. So not only do we have CCTV footage of him in the barber's shop in Peterborough day before, acting manic and going a bit insane in the membrane.
Day before, you know. I'm going to play something. Get me something what one of the brothers, Tris Taylor, had to say about Rio Ferdinand leaving to move to Dubai. But I'm going to play something shortly. You'll see.
But he's also charged with another count of attempted murder and possession of a bladed article in connection to an incident on a train in Pontoon Dock DLR station in East London in the early hours of the same day, where a victim suffered facial injuries after being attacked with a knife. Williams from Peterborough was remanded in custody when he appeared at Peterborough Magistrates Court on Monday. 5 victims have now been discharged from hospital, while a heroic railway worker remains in hospital fighting for his life. So
that's crazy. That is crazy. And the police has to take accountability on this one as well. You get me? The response, the police. Like, one thing that we do know, and I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you can't get away with anyone getting unalived, especially like things like this. Like, do you know what I mean?
How did you even get away with this? Like, how has he managed to get out from stabbing someone? That's how easy it is to slip away from these kind of crimes these days. That's how it's become in London and just any city in general in the UK. Knife crime isn't treated as anything. You used to have this as front page news for someone getting stabbed, just any random person. But no, he managed to get away and then go and actually carry out the attack. And he was already known to police, and he's already mentally ill. What the fuck? We've had mentally ill people as long as fucking in existence. However, it's taken a dramatic toll on everyone, seemingly, because suddenly you're getting a stabbing every 2 weeks. And it's mental health. It's mental health. No, it's just a fucking freak that shouldn't have been out on the streets to begin with.
Yeah, it's madness. It's madness. And when I watched this, I thought, this breakdown makes sense. I thought, let me add this.
I saw Rio Ferdinand's interview yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that he's recently relocated his family to Dubai, right? And I gotta be honest, I don't agree with the backlash that he got in the comments. I was reading through the comments. He didn't say anything wild. He said what a lot of people are thinking, but are just too scared to say. He was saying that paying high tax in the UK just doesn't feel worth it anymore. Like, if you go through it logically, because a lot of people in the comments are just speaking from emotions, but there's facts, right? And the facts are the facts. The UK has got one of the highest tax burdens that's ever had, ever. The highest since World War II. Average earners at the moment are paying around 45 to 50%. When you actually include tax, NI, VAT and council tax, the public services are collapsing. You can't even get an NHS appointment. Trains are always on strike. Police response times are getting worse. And the national debt is also at its soaring.
And that's when he broke that down, and he broke down what's actually going on. And he said police response times are just getting worse. It's all making sense. The UK, listen, the UK has been finished, and a lot of people have the opportunity to get up and leave. Do you know what I mean? This is what they're doing.
Soaring high. So if everyone's paying more in tax, where is the money going? And that's all he was saying. That's not him being unpatriotic. I think that's asking a very fair question. Now, obviously, I'm going to be the guy to compare it to Dubai, the same way he did, because Dubai is where I help invest.
Obviously, I'm going to stop from there, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Obviously, look, it's mad, isn't it? Obviously, you say that the guy William had mental health, but it's really not safe in the streets of London or the UK, because these things don't really happen over here where I live. They don't. You can't even be homeless here. You can't be homeless here. You can't. These things don't really happen. I don't know. Like, they don't. So I don't know what's the difference. Let me know in the comments, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.